Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Anita Newby, and today I just want to give you a quick review / recommendation for a movie that I think you will enjoy. It is called Penguin Bloom on Netflix. I'll tell you a little bit more about it, but stick and stay for my review of this Netflix film, Penguin Bloom. Story that I want to tell you about today is Penguin Bloom. This is a story that is based on real life. There was a book written, and the book is entitled Penguin the Magpie, the odd little bird who saved a family. So yes, it's a story about a bird, so when it's called Penguin, it's really a bird. But it's a story about how the bird interacted with the family and caused them to have some realizations. But this story is really the story about this main character, Samantha Bloom, who in the film is played by Naomi Watts. And Samantha Bloom is a real person, so you can look her up, and this is her telling her story. She was very intricate, her and her husband, in the development of the film. So I always love when someone gets their own voice in telling this story. But what happens in this film is that there is an accident that changes her physically. It changes Samantha physically, and it affects her entire family, and it tells the story of how they navigated through these changes and the process that happened, and how this bird that they called Penguin was an integral part of this transformation and the development of this family. It's really a beautifully told story. I think it is well executed. The story is good, the acting is good, the delivery is good, and there's really just some good actors in it. Like I said, Naomi Watts is the lead character, and her husband is played by Andrew Lincoln, who's quite handsome, I might add. And they do a very good job. Their chemistry on the set is really beautiful. But it also tells the story of the children who are affected in this family. And I think it's compelling for all of us because, whether recently because of where we are here in 2021, so many of us have had changes in our life that we've had to navigate through, and how they as a family dealt with the transition and navigating through unexpected changes and unexpected times. Now, her situation was permanent, and for a lot of us who are dealing with certain things because of the pandemic or where we are in life, they may be temporary changes, but it still takes a certain skill set to be able to navigate through these things. And I think this is a beautifully told story of how this family does just that. It's centered again around the main character, Samantha. And it's so compelling because there's a point where she feels so isolated from her family because she doesn't understand that her family has also been affected by the changes that have occurred in her life. She thought that she was the only one dealing with it. And yeah, she was dealing with it in a very specific way. But just through the love of that family and the connection between that family, what came forth as a part of it. And this beautiful bird that comes into their lives that is injured and has to work his way back to health, and how this bird kind of brought the family together. It's just a beautiful story, and kudos to the animal trainer on set, because this bird in this film did exactly what it was supposed to do. That we caught on tape. I don't know what the outtakes look like. I'd be very curious to see that. But it's just a very heartwarming and compelling story. I do think it's a story that you could watch with your entire family if you have, if your children are a little older. If they're 7 and under, it may get lost on them. But anything beyond that, it is intense in some places, and it deals with some real life, very challenging situations. So you may want to consider that when looking at it with your family. But I also think you need to be prepared to have some conversations if you watch this film with your family, just about some of the things that happened and how they were navigated through, and how they communicated, and how they had to take chances, and how they had to do what was uncomfortable for them. It's really compelling and heartwarming. And again, I love when people get an opportunity to tell their own story. So kudos to the real life Samantha Bloom, who is beautifully played by Naomi Watts on screen. And I will say this too, in the film, you will see that the husband is a photographer. So if you are really into photography, hang on. At the end of this film, even when it comes to the close, you'll see some real life pictures, and the pictures are absolutely stunning. I believe the setting of this film is in Australia, so there's some beautiful scenery. And if you are into photography and filmmaking, this will be something that you might want to see, because it catches some really beautiful things. Again, I don't want to give away too much, but it's complex emotionally, but in terms of a story, it's pretty straightforward. But I did enjoy it. It's only a little over 90 minutes. So it's very digestible for you to be able to take it in. Just be prepared. I did cry a couple of times, which is not odd because I cry. But it is just a beautifully told story, and I think it's something that is compelling, something that we all would be able to relate to, even though we may not be in that specific situation, and hopefully we're not in that specific situation. But if you are, it should inspire you. And if you have any challenges and any obstacles that you need to navigate, I believe that this film could be, you know, like the little kickstart you may need, and be the inspiration that it needs to get you to that next place and to get you over that roadblock and that hump. But again, I recommend this movie, Penguin Bloom. It's not full of action. It is just a heartfelt story. It is a drama. It is told beautifully through pictures, through acting. I feel like the children in the film, let me give a shout out to the children, because there are children in this family, and I believe they acted beautifully, and I hope to see the children soon in other things, because I feel like they did an excellent job. But again, just wanted to do a quick recommendation of this movie, Penguin Bloom. I think it could inspire you. It is compelling. It is emotional. It is full of love. It is full of energy. It is full of just grace that we need to give ourselves and others. And I hope that you will take a look at it, that you will enjoy it, and that it will inspire you maybe to do something that you didn't think you could do before. So again, Penguin Bloom on Netflix, and I highly recommend it. And again, the book, I believe, is called Penguin the Magpie, the odd little bird who saved a family. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you get a chance to watch Penguin Bloom.